I'm Rich Krampanis. Thanks so much for logging on to ShoreSportsZone.com. We're in week 3 of high school football. 43 teams in the Shore Conference, and we've hit about 36 or 37 of those 43 schools. Tonight on our Saturday highlight show, a chance to showcase some teams we've been excited to get our first look at. Coming up in just a few moments, we'll have highlights of Manalapan and Sayreville in a great non-division showdown. We're going to get started right here at Jackson Memorial High School. The Jaguars with a Saturday night special taking on Southern Regional. Great crowd on hand for this one. I saw a lot of Joe DeMeo in the summer passing league scrimmage. Now in a real live setting, he didn't disappoint. Look at this ball, 72 yards. Joe DeMeo to Aaron Corrett. Wow, that will be a top play nominee. What a pretty pass play. It's 13-0 Jaguars. Here comes Southern though, late first quarter, Ryan Winkler, good run here. The drive would continue, they switch sides, and it's Pat Walker. Tough run here on 4th and short, 15-yard touchdown run. It's a 13-7 game. Later in the second, it's DeMeo. Rolling right, good blocking. DeMeo finds the zone. At the half, Jackson Memorial has a 20-7 lead. And I'll tell you, if you go to a Jackson Memorial game, this band that the Jaguars have is tremendous, and the crowd shows their appreciation. They put on one heck of a show at the half. And third quarter now, it's Jackson's football team putting on a show. Vincent Lee with the block punt. And that would lead to this. Lee finding the end zone from short range, a 4-yard touchdown for number 4. 45-14 is your final. And now the stage is set for next week. Boy, a Friday afternoon, 4 o'clock kickoff at Jackson Memorial, Brick Township, the defending state champs taking on the Jaguars. This should be an outstanding football game. Shore Sports Zone will be there with all the highlights. It's Jackson Memorial with a big win on Saturday night over Southern Regional. Meanwhile, at Manalapan, this was one of the most talked about games in the state. Sayreville 2-0 against 2-0 Manalapan, and what a show put on by number 13, Amamu Mayfield. He gets started with an 11-yard touchdown run. It's 7-0 at the end of one, but then the scoring explodes for the final 3 quarters. Look at Mayfield, pure speed, 34 yards. It's a 13-0 Braves advantage. Now Sayreville has an outstanding senior. His name is Miles Hartsfield. He's on his way to Penn State, and you see why right there. 66 yards on the pass from Jason DeMille. We have a 13-7 ball game. Now look at the play action there. Good job by Dan Anarella. Finds Kyle Mullen. 21 yards. It's a 20-7 game. And take a look here. We want to slow this down. Amamu Mayfield, look at the blocking here by Ben Siskowski. Watch him take out those 2 defenders. It springs Amamu, and Mayfield's got his 3rd touchdown, 38 yards. It was 27-14 Manalapan at the half. Third quarter, Anarella back to the air. Brian Conforth is wide open, 57 yards. It's 35-21, Manalapan in front. One more surge by Sayreville. This is a good football team. DeMille to Hartsfield again. Boy, James Franklin's got himself a good one at Penn State. 59 yards is 35-28, but they could not stop Amamu Mayfield. We look at Ben Siskowski again. Boy, this is the key to a great football team when everyone's in on the fun. Look at that great block by Ben Siskowski. Mayfield takes care of the rest. That's his 4th touchdown. 48 yards, makes it 43-28 at the end of 3. And then the 5th touchdown for Amamu Mayfield, 12 yards. And it was a dominating 4th quarter performance by Manalapan. They pull away from a very good football team. Dan Debnar gets in on the fun. A 23-yard run makes it 58-28. And then the scoring is closed out. Marcus Salinas in the final moments, a 74-yard touchdown run. You hear the term statement game get thrown around a lot when you talk about football, but this really was a statement game. Manalapan facing one of the better teams in the state of New Jersey, and they score a convincing 64-28 win. Look at the numbers for Amamu Mayfield. 21 carries, 248 yards, 5 touchdowns. Come Sunday on ShoreSportsZone.com, Amamu Mayfield's name is going to be on the ballot for top performer. I encourage everyone in Manalapan to get on and vote. He's got my vote already. I hope we'll be out there on Wednesday to present him with a Monmouth Building Center game ball. After the game, TJ Brustowitz talks with Amamu Mayfield and head coach Ed Guerreri about a tremendous effort against a quality opponent.
Well, it definitely feels good personally, but as a team, we definitely made a statement tonight because no one believed that we would come out victorious because no one thought that we played any real teams up to this point. So we definitely made a statement tonight.
We had a lot of questions being asked. People kept saying we were 2-0, but we hadn't played anybody yet. Well, this is one of the best teams in the state. It's a perennial powerhouse. Year in and year out, they're always one of the best teams in the state. And I think we did okay tonight.
We go back to Jackson for Saturday afternoon football. Barnegat paying a visit to Jackson Liberty. Manny Bowen, the Penn State commit, not in the lineup with an undisclosed injury. We hope to see him back on the field soon. Opening drive, still plenty of talent on this Barnegat team. St. John Erskine swings it out. A great gain there by Ken Bass, 15 yards all the way down to the 1-yard line. It would lead to Erskine calling his own number. That was a near 10-minute drive to open the game. Barnegat leads 7-0. And Erskine is a great 2A player, committed to Bucknell. He'll be a QB for the Bison. Here he is with a big hit on the receiver late in the first quarter. But let's hear it for Jackson Liberty. Coming to play, Ryan Van Winkle, 40-yard touchdown run. He was injured in the preseason. He looks real good right there. First play of the second quarter, we're tied at 7. Remember, last week, Barnegat stunned by Central. And now they're in a competitive battle with Jackson Liberty. But Erskine to Paul Wickwire, 55 yards. Barnegat leads at the half, 14-7. Fast forward now to the fourth quarter. Van Winkle to the air. It's deflected and into the hands of Tyler McGinnis. And Barnegat would turn that turnover into points on the very next play because here comes St. John Erskine. Sheds 2 tackles, and there's the speed. St. John Erskine, a 73-yard touchdown run, makes it 21-7 Bengals with 10:06 to go in the fourth. Jackson Liberty not giving up. Van Winkle to Brett Ribolino. It's a wounded duck, but it gets the job done. 31 yards. Liberty is driving, but the Barnegat defense buckles down when it matters the most. Tyler McGinnis with his second pick of the game. Great game by Tyler McGinnis. And the Barnegat Bengals survive a good effort by Jackson Liberty. 21-7 is your final. So Barnegat responds after losing to Central last week. They go on the road and pick up a big win by 2 touchdowns. St. John Erskine, great to see him showcase his skills in front of the Shore Sports Zone cameras. That 73-yard touchdown run will without a doubt be a nominee for top play. We'll see the Barnegat fans come out in full force and vote for that one on ShoreSportsZone.com coming up on Sunday. In Middletown, Mater Dei coming off a loss to Dunellen, playing host to the Asbury Park Bishops. Asbury hasn't lost to Mater Dei since 2006. Opening drive, Christian Palmer. When you talk about underrated quarterbacks in the Shore Conference, this guy's at the top of my list. He is a great dual-threat quarterback, 44 yards. It's 8-0 Mater Dei, and Palmer can spin it as well. This is a gorgeous pass to Eddie Lewis in stride, 63 yards. I feel like we got to go NFL Films here. Look at Palmer again, spins another great ball to Tyson White. This all the way down to the 16-yard line. Same drive, start of the second quarter. It's Palmer to Tyson White. 1-yard touchdown. It's now 22-0 Mater Dei in front. And then how about the Mater Dei defense? They gave up 50 points last week to Dunellen. Different story on Saturday. That's Q Maxwell, the big man, clogging up the middle. Great tackle for a loss there. But Asbury Park would get on the board in the second quarter. This is Salvatore Swain to Devon Moore. Look at the run after the catch. 40-yard touchdown with 5:01 to go in the first half. It's a 22-8 ball game. Now it's 3rd and long. closing seconds of the half. Palmer just looking to maybe run out the clock. How about a first down? And let's go one even further. A touchdown, 58 yards for Christian Palmer. 2 TD runs, 2 TD passes in the first half. It's 30-8 Modern Day at intermission. Second half, Asbury Park certainly had the better of it in the third and the fourth quarter. That's a great pass to Jadon Stevens, 27 yards, made it 30-14. And then Asbury goes back to Jadon Stevens. This time it's on the ground, a 25-yard touchdown run. It's 30-20 with 4:40 to go. But in the end, Shane Mastro comes up with the fumble recovery, and this seals a Modern Day victory. And the Modern Day Seraphs improved to 2-1 on the season. 30-20 is your final. All of Modern Day's points come in the first half. 2 TD runs, 2 TD passes by Christian Palmer. A great victory for Modern Day, their first in 8 years over Asbury Park. We go inside the huddle for Steve Schrapa's post-game address to his team following the victory.
Great job all around. To go out and hold on and win a game takes a lot. Takes a lot. It's a big W today. You earned it. You did it the hard way. We got a lot to work on this week, man. A lot to work on this week.
I mean, the line did a great job. There's a lot of weapons to defend. We have a lot of people who can take the ball and score, and it's tough to defend. Our defense did a great job. We got the ball often, and we made what we could of it.
We had to dominate this home field, so we had advantage, so we had to take over. We shut them down the first half, and then the second half we came out a little rough, but we pulled through. We pulled through.
We wrap up our coverage in Colts Neck. The Cougars going out of conference to play host to Woodbridge on Saturday afternoon. And early on, the Barons looking good. Percy Martin with his 20-yard touchdown catch from Tracy Fudge. It's 7-0 Woodbridge early. Now, the Colts Neck defense did a pretty good job of settling down the rest of the half, but Nick Gargiulo was someone who jumped off the page to our cameras. Boy, Gargiulo with a nice quarterback sack right there, and Gargiulo wasn't done there. Always like to brag on the defensive players whenever we can. Here's Gargiulo, nice containment right there, another big play, and it would open the door for Colts Neck to get back in this football game because they have a game breaker. Look at Abdul Kudus. Wow. He breaks that tackle right there. Colts Neck fans can vote for that on Sunday on ShoreSportsZone.com for top play. 65 yards. It's a 7-6 game at the half. Colts Neck is right in it. Third quarter, though, a couple of good drives by Woodbridge. This 1-yard touchdown run by Zanir Schuler made it 21-6. But Kudus is keeping Colts Neck in this game. Another game-breaking play. This one, 57 yards. Abdul Kudus makes it a 21-12 game. They missed the 2-point conversion. So now Colts Neck in desperation mode. This is Max Mullaney, the fake punt from his own 1-yard line. That is a gutsy call. Hey, it worked out. They keep on driving. They're trying to get back into this. It's a 2-possession game at this point. But in the end, Mullaney's pass on fourth down is incomplete, and that is your ball game. So Colts Neck saw some positive things here, as you could see in the highlights, but they dropped to 0-3 on the season. 21-12 is your final. Woodbridge gets the victory over the Cougars. Colts Neck will be back in action on Thursday, a short week of preparation. They'll play host to the Long Branch Green Wave. Thanks so much to all the great fans in Monmouth and Ocean County who've been coming to ShoreSportsZone.com and enjoying our high-definition highlights and features. A reminder, coming up on Sunday, a chance for you to vote for the top play from Week 3 and the top performer from Week 3. The winners get Monmouth Building Center game balls, and I have a feeling we're going to see some of the highlights you just saw on this show up for top play for week number 3. For all the great folks on the Shore Sports Zone team, I'm Rich Krampanis. Thanks so much for logging on, and we'll see you on Sunday to look back on a great week of high school football.